Okay, so welcome back to Your Darts. We're on to part 4 now, showing these two dart finishes, and we'll be finishing off these first dart indicators. Let's get to it. Okay, so another example of why these two dart finishes are so important to get your head around. So 152. So we're going to throw treble 20 for 152, and we visualize 40 onto the last two digits of any three-digit number, in this case 152. So you're adding 40 onto 52 and it reveals 92. So you've just revealed, so you don't see it as 152, see it as treble 20 leaving 92. Okay, and it makes so much more sense. And if you're going away and learn your two dart finishes, 92 is treble 20 because it's 60 for double 16. All right, straightforward, easy. This is why I'm concentrating these videos on learning these two dart finishes, giving you all my tricks so you can learn them, because once you add the formula, in this case 40 onto the 52, it reveals your two dart finish, and therefore boom, you'll be able to check out. So let's see what we've covered so far. We've covered the red numbers, we've covered most of these yellow numbers, we've covered the numbers from one in the 60 range, in the 70 range, and you've guessed it, we're going to be covering the 80 range and also throwing the 91, 95 in just for good measure, and then we'll be covering the easy to learn numbers, the greener numbers, or easier to learn I should really put, and we'll be doing that in the next video. Let's get to it now. So onto these first dart indicators, and we're on the 80 range now. So 85, I'm sure you're getting the idea, is treble 15. It's indicated by the right digit here. So 85 is treble 15, and this is where learning your treble values really help you, because so the finish is treble 15 for double 20. Okay, you can see this as maybe 4 or 5 o'clock on a clock face if you want to, but I know this because I know that treble 15 is 45, and I just know I need another 40 to make it 85. So again, learn your treble values. Okay, you'll need to do that when we're going forward for these green numbers. All right, but treble 15 for double 20. Now if you miss your treble value, you miss your treble 15, hit your big 15, okay, it leaves 70. Okay, and you can take, there's a few ways to take out 70, but this is not what we're talking about right now. So it's leaving you 70. Okay, let's go to the next number. So 87 is treble 17. 87, treble 17 for double 18. Okay, now I remember this because it's 17 and 18. Okay, simple as that. That's all I needed. I just remember treble 17, but it's 51 and 36 if the numbers do help you, but I just remember it is 17 and 18, but it's treble 17. So it's dead easy to know the first dart, obviously, because it's the first dart indicator, and then you just go up to your double 18. Okay, let's go to the next number. So 89 is treble 19. Treble 19 for double 16. Now I just remember this because there's one segment in between separating them. Also the two of the big finishes are treble 19, double 16. Double 16, apart from double 20, double 16, those are the two most common doubles, and that's another way I remembered it as well, because it's getting to be one of my favorites, but I'm a 20s guy. But double 16, I just remember is going treble 19 because it's dead easy for me to remember that, because it's the first dart indicator, and I'm going for my nemesis, my double 16. Okay, and that's one way for me to remember it, but you can just remember it as it's one segment in between, or you can do the numbers 57 and 32, but they're not, those numbers don't pop in your head, I don't think. But anyway, you can do that. Okay, so, and if I hit the big 19, it leaves 70. So all these numbers here are leaving 70 if you miss the treble and hit the big number. So that's something to reflect on. Okay, now the final first dart indicator of the series, I think, is going to be 95. So 5, so treble 15. Bear with me with this mess. Treble 15, which is 45. So this is treble 15 bull. Okay, now there's another way to take out 95. There's another way to take out a few of these finishes, and we're going to be covering the finishes that have multiple finishes. Okay, the dart checkouts that have multiple finishes, and how to remember it and things like that. But 95 right now, it can be a first dart indicator. Treble 15 for bullseye. Know that treble 15 is 45, and then you obviously need 50 to make it 95. And if you miss your treble 15, hit your big 15, doesn't leave 70, but it leaves 80. So these are easy numbers to approach on a dartboard. Not easy to get, but easy to work out in your head. So those are your first dart indicators for the 380 numbers, and also 95. Now, actually, if you look at these patterns as well, in the 80 range here, it starts from the mid 80s. That's one way to look at it. And it's the odd numbers, isn't it? 85, 87 and 89. So that's another way to remember it. It starts at mid 80s, and it's the odd numbers. Yeah, that's a good way to remember it. And the way to remember the 95, there's only one in the 90 range, and it's in the middle, 95. Okay, so the 80s start in the mid range, and the 90s, it's the only one in the mid range of the 95. That's a good little way that I remembered it, and I think it might help someone out there. But anyway, so that's the 2 dart checkouts for those numbers. See how you can do with that. Okay, so come in next time, part 5. We've finished the first dart indicators and the hard numbers. We're going on to what I think are the easier numbers to learn, and I'm sure you'll be the judge of that. Thanks again for watching. Take care for now.